Vermont Urban and Community Forestry Program. This video is about how to plant a bare root tree. Bare root tree, it simply means that it doesn't come with a soil mass. It comes just with its roots bare. I mean, we really get the chance to inspect it and select the roots we want. One of the things you'll see is where the first woody root is. That's going to be our planting depth. So we're going to measure from there down to the bottom to sort of gauge our planting depth. What we're not going to do is try to bury it up to here. This is an old wound from where it was chopped off in the nursery, allowed to regrow in order for it to have an oversized root system compared to the stem. So this is a feature of the tree, but it's not the feature you use to plant. We want to go down to the first woody root. An advantage of the bare root tree is it's extremely easy to move around, and you can freely carry it by the stem if you wish. We can see that there's already a root here that has started to circle around the stem. This is a defect in this tree, so we are going to snip it at the time of planting, which allows us to give a better future for this tree. We're trying to leave the top of the highest woody root showing. Here you can see I just loosely threw the soil on top of the roots, but that sort of structure, umbrella looking structure of roots, keeps the soil out from the inner roots if you just throw it on. So instead, let's look inside. You can see these big pockets of air like caves under there. And we have to tuck the soil in. You can use a chopstick or a pencil or something like that. You can use your finger, but you have to get the roots well covered with soil inside there. You can use water when you're partway filled to help get the soil all down in there. It makes it into a bit of a slurry so it really contacts those roots. If the roots are dry underneath there, they can actually dry out and die. So getting it quite wet before it's all the way buried in, you can actually see the soil disappearing down into the void spaces. Then once it's really wet, you can even take the whole tree and jiggle it up and down like that, causing it to just contact the roots more and more. Using your excess sod, you can actually turn that upside down and create a berm around the outside of the planting hole to kind of catch water, directing it to the roots. You see the planting depth is showing this top woody root, but we can see under it, that's a little too high still for this tree. We want to bury that a bit more so that we're not just sacrificing that root, which might dry out and die. All right, so now you can actually still see that woody root, but it's not exposed. Watering is so important, especially for that first growing season of the tree's life. We're just going to give it some water inside this ring of mulch here. So this tree now is well set up for a good future.